Okay, and here we are, guys. We just got in, and they're already going off into bans. Um, Looks like already the Elise is off the table. This makes a lot of sense. Elise, he's got a really high win rate on, be exact, does. And Echo actually being banned for LTMK as well. I'll do a little better of an intro, just to sort of didn't know we were starting at the time. Echo being banned is actually not much of a surprise for I will I will Dometh. I think it used to be I will dominate. He has a 73% win rate on Echo. Absolutely brutal. He's a smurf on Echo. And in return, Blood Wolves are gonna ban Zillion and Pike. Two Scouts is a phenomenal Pike, and 66 between his Zillion, his Cannon, and probably one or two others. As he's got a very small pool of amazing, amazing champs. So makes it smart to take that off. And actually a Poppy ban. Little surprised to see that. I think Super Luigi has very much enjoyed the Scion, and they left the Evelyn open. Who knows if this was a big mistake for Blood Wolves? I'm sort of hoping it is. Because Pocket Paul's Evelyn is absolutely brutal. So let's see. So they go with the Cassiopeia, which actually is not much of a surprise. The mid laner has a better, wow, a better win rate on Cassiopeia than on Echo. But Echo is just a harder champion to deal with for many matchups. Because if you go into a rough matchup, like 66 most likely will, because he's probably going either a Vel'Koz or a Kennen. So you don't exactly want to get assassinated so easily by an Echo. Makes sense to go with that ban. So it looks like Blood Wolves overall is going to answer with the Cassiopeia Jarvan. I'm actually pretty surprised. I would have liked to see more synergy with the Jarvan, especially because of how easy the Jarvan is to get synergy. But wow, so many power picks for Little Monkeys right now. Super Luigi, Scion, probably his most played. Absolutely astonishing on it. 66's Vel is his most played champ. And the top laner's going with the Fiora. Wow. Weaver does have a pretty good win rate. 59% win rate in ranked at gold 2 against LTMK, pulling out this Fiora. And right away with the Heimerdinger ban. Actually a little bit surprised. 77 is much more orientated to the marksman bot laners, but I do respect the ban. And Tom Kench, who two scouts definitely smurfed on. So all some very sensible bans for Blood Moons. And Kaisa and Jinx both coming off the table for Little Monkeys. Um, does make a lot of sense to get rid of some of the scary ADCs, but not the best win rates on both Jinx and Kaisa. Much better on the Xayah. Interesting to see if they pull that out. There is no restriction on Xayah Rakan. And there is the Rakan. Makes a lot of sense. Xayah Rakan is a hard thing to pass up, especially when the Blood Moon's bot laner has a 58% win rate on Xayah. And 77 is going to go with the Ezreal. I'm interested. I don't know the bot lane matchups very well, but I'm a little bit surprised. It makes sense to be a little bit defensive going against Xayah Rakan. But what I'm mainly looking at now is for a good support for two scouts, because with Ezreal you have a lot of ability to roam. So I'd really like to see something that can really impact the map and get, say, the Vel'Koz ahead. Now going for the Alistar. Okay. I'm interested. I'm not sure how much I like it. Um, yeah, the Xayah Rakan definitely locked in for Blood Wolves there. Tarek says my pike for the first ban. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, so it looks like I'm not sure how much I like the Alistar just because they're probably better roaming supports, except the Alistar is pretty good if you could get the jump on somebody. It's just with no real way to get in there, it's sort of hard to not see a giant cow running in your direction. But still interested to see what two scouts can do on the Alistar. Overall, this looks like an absolute power of a draft for Little Monkeys. Absolute like this is terrifying for the side of Blood Wolves, except Blood Wolves have a pretty strong draft on themselves with Zyra Khan, Cassiopeia, and Jarvan being the main people I'm looking at. Fiora is most likely gonna stay in a side lane most of the time. Just as Super Luigi Scion will on the split push. Zach. Thanks, Zach. Um, I'm very interested to see how the early game goes. A lot of it is gonna ride on Pocket Paul's Evelynn. He's obviously very good at it. His best jungler by far. I'm surprised it wasn't banned. But at the same time, it is a very swingy pick if you don't get rolling early. And I want to make sure that I see Pocket Paul getting use out of this pick. Otherwise, first picking it was a waste for Little Monkeys. Overall, in lane, I do. Obviously, there's a strong favorite to Zyra Khan. For Blood Moons, that's probably where they will play, either that or the Fiora. I personally favor Vel'Koz in mid lane, although it's more contested, because both of them are strong pits. Cassiopeia is probably stronger at killing, but if Vel'Koz plays smart, plays back, and pokes like all Vel'Kozes do, then it's gonna be really annoying for Cassiopeia, who has to get into close range for a lot of her abilities. So that should be a good matchup for Little Monkeys if 66 plays it right. And in the top lane, obviously as the game goes on, if Fiora gets some items, that's going to be one scary split push to stay alive in for Super Luigi. We saw him struggle a little bit in the hard matchup um, last week. He did absolutely smash one of his matchups as a tank, but uh, seems like he'll have to stay in the side lane to defend against the Fiora split push, which doesn't look that good for Little Monkeys, who obviously has a team comp that's looking a little more for team fighting. So we got a minute left till the delay goes off. Let me check the chat. Yeah, absolutely, Zach. LTMK's team fight looks scary, but overall it'll be really hard if the backline gets killed to do anything. The one problem that I also see is that although Scion probably has to defend against the Xayah damage late game, Cassiopeia is probably Cassiopeia and Syndra are the two marksmen of the mid lane with absolutely astonishing late games. Cassiopeia especially being one of them, but it'll be really hard for Scion to strategize for what kind of armor and magic resist he's gonna get, because there's just so much damage on the side of Blood Wolves, excuse me. Okay, so we're just about to get in. We'll have to wait just a little bit while I get into the game because I can't stream the front of it or the loading while I load, otherwise it hurts the stream. Zach, I agree and disagree. I agree that in the mid lane, but I think especially early when all these ganks are going to be coming out, that bot lane is going to be pretty favored to Zyricon just because of the synergy on their W. Absolutely. And that Not only does he want to wait passively while Ev farms and play a little safer, but also against the Cassiopeia, if he is playing safe, playing back, it's going to be really hard for Cassiopeia to get damage, because that is one of her hardest matchups against poke mages that she can't really get into range to deal some damage with. Also, if we're still talking about the mid lane matchup, the one thing that all of us should really be looking out for is Vel'Koz's knockup, because when the Cassiopeia gets close, it's going to be a ton of damage. The only thing that you're going to be able to stop that damage is the CC. So if you get that CC and you're able to walk out of her W, either to get a chance to flash or to just get out alone, it's going to be very important. That knockup is going to be his go-to panic button because his flash can't, since Cassio's W keeps you grounded. Okay, still loading in. Sorry, guys. We're almost in. Everyone's loaded on my screen except for the Zyrakan. Ooh, unable to. Oh, okay. So we're gonna have to re-spectate, guys. It wasn't able to get the spectator information. That's unfortunate, but all that means is that at the end of the game, I won't be able to see the final scorecard. I'll have to wait since I won't be in the server anymore. I think even then, I don't know if that'll be an issue. That's a little unfortunate, though. I'm sorry about that, guys. Yeah, unfortunately, if you just saw there the black screen, that's because of the loading. It's really hard for the computer to load the loading screen as well as the stream. But it looks like we're getting in. So there we go. Everyone's in. Looks like uh Budwolves might be going for something in early. Unless they're just going into defensive positioning. I hope not. It's fun to watch the creative. Ooh, now it looks like they're all going to be spreading out and being able to see each other. Except Bloodwolf's in a little bit more of a standard position. Ev is top, but not showing at all. This is interesting. Doesn't look like anything fancy is going to happen. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Let me get up the scoreboard for you and actually put down the time controls because we're on time and we're going to stay on time. And we'll get. We can show you the target frame too. All right, so let's do it. Right as minions are spawning just now, looks like Ev is gonna start for blue buff, which makes sense. For Evelyn, even though it gets a worse leash. Uh-oh. Wizard 77 could get into trouble. Gets knocked up. This is gonna be pretty bad. Gets a ton of damage. Absolutely chunked. Probably will have to back, but doesn't even look like it's gonna get a chance because of how the wave is set up. Good timing for Blood Wolves and unfortunate for the side of Literal Monkeys. Wow, starting half health in the very beginning. There's going to be a lot of pressure on 77 to stay alive and to be able to keep up and farm with this Zaya, especially early. Looks like Jarvan's actually going to be invading. And Pokeball had to flash. Sorry about the camera, but Sion's going in, but Pokeball actually had to flash away and did get the Gromp, however. Very unfortunate for him. And Jarvan's actually getting the Scuttle as well. So unfortunate for Pokeball all around. Looks like on the bot side though, despite the early start, Rakan getting in a little bit deep. Best thing I can assume there is that went in for for an entrance, for a knockup, and got punished hard, which can happen if you don't pick the red engage. And it looks like, despite the early deficit in terms of health, 77 farming up well, which is good to see. I like to see Cassiopeia is pushing in Vel'Koz, which does make sense. But in the top lane, however, a little bit of a CS deficit coming out already against the Scion, which does make sense. Ooh, a good parry from the Fiora to stop the decimating smash. Looks like overall pretty. Oh man, in mid lane, not only is 66 getting a lot of damage on him, but he's also losing very hard in terms of CS. Looks like, wow, Scion getting a lot of damage. Fiora answering. It looks like it's going to be a very volatile top lane. Looks like Fiora actually is going in. Doesn't actually go for it. And on the bot side, both sides have sort of healed up. So good for them to keep their composure and not go for anything risky. Already, what it looks like 7, 8, 9 CS difference, give or take, as they CS more. Difference in the mid lane. And basically no difference anywhere else, which is very interesting. And despite that, because of bot lane difference, since Alistar is running Targons, so it's about 30 to 24 in the bot lane, actually giving Little Monkeys a little bit of a gold advantage. Looks like Pocket Paul is gonna go in on to a gank onto Fiora. Fiora's gonna go under tower and then flash. And Vel'Koz, all of them are coming in. Fiora could be dead here. Running for her life. She might try and wait out the timer and then kill herself. Go for the execute. No, she's gonna try and TP away. So Luigi flashes for the decimating smash and gets her to stop. But I don't even know if he can win this 1v1. Fiora is getting out. After a trade of flashes, looks like she's gonna get out. No, Vel'Koz is gonna get gifted the first blood as Fiora goes over the wall and regrets it. Absolutely amazing for the mid laner. Wow, that's so good for Vel'Koz, who is getting absolutely decimated in terms of CS. Already a 20 CS difference. So absolutely amazing for him to be able to get the first blood and survive in his lane a little bit better. Looks like Rakan going in. Ezreal ease away, but just buffers the animation, so he still gets knocked up. Looks like Little Monkeys are gonna get hurt in both mid and bot as the Cassiopeia gets a few more fangs sunk into the Vel'Koz. Despite the health difference on the bot side, looks like Little Monkeys is staying up in farm. Good decimating smash by Luigi. Only thing that's a little bit scary is Scion has a 2 CS deficit with a huge wave crashing into Fiora, so she's gonna get a very large CS advantage here. Like Rakan doesn't look for the engage, just looks for the poke to heal up a little bit. And with the Targons from the Alistar, about a 56 CS to 48. Wow, really good damage from Luigi. He might kill the Fiora. Gets a ton of damage with the decimating strike and the E. Looks like Evelyn, however, is gonna clear Krugs and possibly look for something on bot lane. Vel'Koz coming back, getting the Dark Seal for, which is absolutely phenomenal. Looks like he's running the standard sustain build. Ooh, and Two Scouts goes in, but actually gets stopped by the Xayah pullback. Oh man, what is Fiora doing? He's gonna ult under tower. She has the parry. Luigi might have realized that he messed up. He's gonna die! Oh, what a great turnaround from the Fiora, but maybe an overstep on terms of the Scion. Brutal for Super Luigi. Despite getting a big poke advantage, Scion not respecting the defense that the Fiora can put out with their parry. Looks like Jarvan actually takes Evelyn's blue buff. Evelyn gonna chase her out, but no real action happening over there. Getting good knockup in the mid lane. Actually, Evelyn's going in. Dodges Jarvan's E. Getting a lot of damage. Jarvan flashed away, but didn't really get far. Oh, and Cassiopeia heals to stop the execute on Evelyn's ultimate. Really good from the Cassiopeia to save her jungler. And very impressive to see that despite an early game Jarvan still being able to stay strong. Looks like Pokeball's going in again, getting a lot of damage, but doesn't as Cassiopeia comes. Good poke from 66. Evelyn being an absolute thorn in the side of J4. Looks like two scouts is gonna go down. The grand entrance from Rakan and the pullback from Xayah, but he actually stays alive. The reason tanky supports are in the meta right now is right there. And with the Targon's about an 11 CS benefit. Oh, it looks like a lot of damage is coming out. Looks like both mid laners are going their ways, and it looks like 66 is going to go down after initiating that fight. Incredible play from the Cassiopeia. Wow, Blood Wolves is absolutely pulling up right now in both the top lane and the mid lane, flexing their dominance. I was gonna feel bad for 66, who did have a good advantage in terms of getting the kill early. Now it's even more obvious about the CS advantage as Cassiopeia has the Lost Chapter and the tier, while Vel'Koz has just the Lost Chapter. Looks like Fiora's gonna go in on the Scion. Uses her ult. She's going for the kill. She flashes forward. Scion ults to stop her in the middle of it. Really good play from the Scion, except he's looking to move forward, which is very risky. Wow, absolutely incredible play in this early game. About the 10-minute mark, only the Cassiopeia looks to have gotten the good CS numbers. Looks like they're going in on the Cassiopeia. There's a lot of damage on the Pakapal. He gets out, but at what cost? Nothing used from the Cassiopeia. Looks like bot lane is actually roaming toward mid. Looks like everyone's roaming toward mid except Xayah. Looks like Fiora might be on her way now. As they see the Rakan, good eyes. There tends to be a lot showing that laners aren't respecting the kind of damage that they can put out. Alistar going in, a lot of damage is gonna go on the Xayah, but she actually turns for it. Looks like she might die, but grand entrance gonna save her, and she ults as well. Looks like a lot of damage, but overall Xayah stays alive after using her heal and both her ultimate and Rakan's ultimate. Looks like Vel'Koz is gonna roam. He's gonna use his ult, and Alistar's gonna go in and give Wordy Fuzzy 66 a double kill in the bot lane. A great entrance by the Alistar, and Pokeball is actually gonna just get a little bit of damage into I Will Dominate, but he's gonna have to flash away after the ultimate comes out. Pokeball obviously just looking to stop the tower from going down, but biting off a little more than he can chew and losing his flash for it. Wow, a lot of action happening in this mid lane, and so much of it given to 66, who despite having a CS deficit, a very significant one at that, getting 3 kills now, with the kill gifted to him by a Fiora, and then the double kill with a great Alistar headbutt pulverize to give him a double. It looks like a lot of damage going on to the Rakan. I don't know how much he really realized he was going to take there. Like Rakan's got a lot of damage on him. They're gonna be looking with this J4, but actually J4 might have bitten off more than he can chew. Alistar going in again. A lot of damage. The charm's gonna go off, but he's gonna have to E away. Rakan is being very respectful right now, knowing that Evelyn's in the area. But she might actually go for it anyway. He's gonna flash away. Cyan ulting in from the top lane, backing and coming in. And now Zaya's in a really bad spot in a 4v1. She roots too. She might be able to get out, but 677 gets a great ultimate and kills her off. And Cyan now TPing to save the tower. A lot of damage down on it, but he is able to save it. Overall, good play to kill the support as Rakan had to back away since so much pressure was being put onto him. Pakapal getting ulted by J4 and now he's able to get out, but Vel'Koz is burning the J4. He gets the kill. Now Rakan's in a lot of trouble. Vel'Koz actually also gets a dragon, except health bars are pretty low. Pakapal actually gets a kill on Rakan, but they might not. They might be able to look for more on the Cassiopeia. Absolute overstep for Blood Wolves gives Little Monkeys a 7-2 kill lead and about 2,000 gold. Really good from Little Monkeys to look for the drag, and when they had to contest, cause it's an Infernal, just absolutely turning on it with such a strong Vel'Koz. Vel might have been spoon-fed 3 kills early, but now he is absolutely popping off, getting all the just about all the kills in this game for Little Monkeys, except for that of 1 on the Ezreal ultimate and 1 from Evelyn in that last engagement. Also, good to note that Cyan did manage to even up the CS, and it looks like they're actually going to go for a kill on her too. She had to parry the decimating smash, so actually in a lot of trouble, but so is Pakapal. He actually goes back to the Cyan, very smart by him. Except Fiora's still looking for it. Pakapal gets a kill, but at what cost? He's going to be dead. And he has to flash away, so it looks like a 1-for-1 with 1 flash in advantage of Little Monkeys, but not exactly what they were looking for when they went into that gank. It looks like, other than the mid lane with an absolute 36 CS advantage for the Cassiopeia. Wow, that's a lot of damage on a Q though. Looks like Cassiopeia overall getting a very big advantage in this lane. And despite dying, Fiora still has a decent CS advantage. Nothing of note, but considering how she's 2 deaths in is very impressive. Looks like, I don't know if Alistar knows there's a ward in there. But also, there's a great CS advantage in the bot lane with a Rakan who doesn't have Targons compared to an Alistar that does. It looks like his overall 144, it looks like. Rakan going in with the ultimate still goes after it, even though he doesn't find anything originally, because Cassiopeia roamed down. This is going to be a lot of damage. Ezreal's going to need to flash away. He gets out, but he's going to go down to the poison. Brutal. It looks like Vel'Koz is going to kill the Cassiopeia. She ultimates and flashes away, and it looks like she's going to get out. Except Pakapal gets her eventually. Two Scouts is going in now with a lot of CC, a lot of damage. And Vel'Koz is going to get another kill. And he might be it looks like Two Scouts is trying to gift him another one, but he actually might get out for it. Pakapal actually gets out, and now Two Scouts might have bitten off more than Chew, just barely gets out. And Evelyn might be going for a kill onto J4 here. Looks like he hit, and he's going to get the kill under the tower. Really well done. 4 dead for Blood Wolves. Looks like Cyan's going for a fight on top lane. Actually, Fiora is the one who started it, but a lot of damage coming out. I don't know if Cyan wants to take it. Really phenomenal from Little Monkeys, especially from 66. Absolutely popping off in this Vel'Koz. One of his standard picks. Fiora's going to go in with her ultimate. Not a lot of damage, though, and Cyan's actually going to try and answer with his own ultimate. With the parry stopping the decimated smash from Cyan, it's not going to be much of a return except for an evened out ultimate gain and loss for both teams. It looks like with all these kills that Vel'Koz has gotten, actually a good CS, not necessarily advantage, but good catch up on CS. being almost 40 down at one point and now being only 13 is very impressive. Looks like actually Little Monkeys is going to switch lanes so that Ezreal can be against this Fiora. Makes a lot of sense. Science is having a little bit of trouble. And also Ezreal is doing very good against Zaya and Rakan, who have 6 total deaths. Actually, Zaya might be able to get a very significant amount of damage onto this tower. Not going to go down, but it doesn't matter anyway as Little Monkeys has already taken the first tower. Looks like Little Monkeys actually is set up to take 2 towers now, as they already took the bot one, except Blood Wolves will answer with their own. But overall, some great play from Little Monkeys. Also, the Evelyn pick, obviously flexing his muscles and showing why it's one of his almost permabanned picks, because he is now 5-1-3 with Vel'Koz being 6-1-2. That mid lane jungle duo being absolutely astonishing for Little Monkeys. Let's check some chat. Yeah, it was a bit of luck in that dragon fight earlier. And you're right, Midge probably should be given blue on both sides, except blue is, right now, it was already taken by the Jarvan for Blood Wolves. Right now, Evelyn looks like is going to blue now. Let's see if it is given over to the Vel'Koz. Yeah, it looks like it actually could be able to if Vel'Koz pushes out the lane. Looks like Evelyn's just going to take it on her own, though. It doesn't look like, after all the pressure that was exerted on the bot side, doesn't look like the lane swap has actually given much of an advantage to Little Monkeys. Bot lane didn't really get there fast enough to get that damage on the tower, so they actually haven't gotten much out of it. But it looks like, even with the Fiora getting pressure on Sion down here, with the jungler top and Cassiopeia backing, is going to be a free second dragon for Little Monkeys, and a free Infernal Dragon to get 2 Infernal Dragons, which is absolutely phenomenal for Little Monkeys, who have 3 very good users of it in Evelyn, Vel'Koz, and Ezreal. Looks like they don't actually know that there's vision in there. J4 gets his back canceled for that. Looks like he's actually staying. He knows there's vision here. I don't know why he would. But actually, it looks like he's going to push with his bot lane to try and get this tower. Nothing they can do. Alistar going in, getting the pulverized. It looks like Sion coming in as well, getting onto the Zaya. Rakan's going in too deep and left his ADC to rot. Now the jungler had to flash away, and Rakan's going to be out for the deer. And it looks like another 1v1 in mid lane, and despite all the kills in his favor, Vel'Koz goes down to the Cassiopeia. And Sion's going to ult back to make sure he saves the tower, but great job on the top side by Little Monkeys, but very surprised to see the 1v1 go in the favor of the Cassiopeia. Even with 6 kills under his belt. They're going to charm the J4, pressure him off the tower. They're going to be able to maybe push for not this entire tower, but a very good amount of it. J4 going to ult in. I don't know why. He gets killed instantly. Obviously, Cassiopeia is here, but that's not enough to warrant just jumping in for no reason. But Pocket Ball is actually going to die for a 1-for-1 in junglers. Actually, it's going to look a lot worse now as Fiora TP's in. Looks like Alistar's going to go down. Now Ezreal's going to as well. This is absolutely awful for Little Monkeys. 3 kills going in the favor of Blood Wolves. I wonder if there were pings to say that the laners were missing, but either the lack of communication or just the lack of responsiveness to it is going to leave actually an open Baron? With the Fiora doing so much damage, they're actually going to go straight under the Baron. And it looks like lots of blue pings coming in on this Baron. With no smite, but J4 is going to be on his way, and so is Cassiopeia. Vel'Koz actually might be in a bad situation. He's going to be in for a lot of damage, and he's gonna go down instantly. Actually, he gets out despite the grand entrance, and he survives. Very impressive. And the Baron has reset. So really well done by the Vel'Koz, except I don't know if it was an advantage for him or just a mistake. But it looks like Cassiopeia actually trying to go in onto Evelynn, getting a lot of damage, but Evelynn picking up the kill with 2 teammates to help. And Sion doing a lot of work under this tower. Looks like Rakan trying to enter, but Fiora not really. It looks like a lack of communication there, as one went in and the other didn't. Looks like Little Monkey's gonna get so much off of this extended play, getting so much damage on bot tower and getting mid tower, and stopping the Baron, despite the overextension in top and the solo kill in mid. So maybe a good amount of mistakes getting shown by Bloodwolves here, despite being on the top of the standings. Which is very impressive. It looks like Alistar is here. Fiora doesn't know. She goes in for an ult. This could be good. Despite, oh, Sion misses his ult and doesn't get it. Gets a good parry and then dodges away. So a good stop of the possible solo kill onto Sion, but not exactly getting the kind of effect they were looking at with an Alistar roam. This looks absolutely amazing for Little Monkeys, despite being in a head position before and then losing a fight when they overstayed top. It looks like Bloodwolves returned the favor by overstaying for that Baron with only 3 people and no jungler, ended up losing a lot for it. And also, I do love in that play there that Vel'Koz did just try and stay alive, despite the grand entrance from Rakan. And because of it, now he's gonna be a lot better off because there's no Baron on the other team. Because they all turned to try and kill him. Which I do agree with. I think I like the idea, but just lack of execution or just waiting too long to pull the trigger on it leaves Bloodwolves in a severe deficit. Looks like of about 4K. So really good from the Literal Monkeys. Looks like overall the action has toned down a little bit, except 3 people going top for Bloodwolves and Evelynn coming down too. So it looks like it could be a 3v3 top lane or top jungle. Looks like it should be safe. And Rakan gonna clear out some vision. Despite they tried to go in on the red buff, but weren't able to do it. Oh no, Alistar is in a lot of trouble there when Baron gets interrupted. Looks like Evelynn getting really chunked out by the Cassiopeia. This Cassio really knows where to position to get a lot of damage out without moving, which is very important on Cassio. It looks like Vel'Koz could be in a really tough situation. He gets stunned up with the Thor ultimate. Really good ultimate by Jarvan. So many health bars going so low, and it looks like could be actually a good amount of damage in return. Sion gets a kill, but Ezreal's dead, and now it's just a tank sitting in the middle of so many. I don't know if the flash was even worth it. And they don't get it, and actually 5 for 1 ace for Bloodwolves. Really good engage by the J4, getting 2 people and the Cassiopeia Wing in so that they couldn't flash out. I really dislike the use or I guess the idea that Little Monkeys had to try and save the fight, which ended up getting all of them dead. They should have just accepted the loss. It looks like with 3,000 left and no Ezreal ultimate, it's going to be a free Baron for Bloodwolves with no contest. What a sway in power, and actually a gold advantage for Bloodwolves after that, which is absolutely brutal. Oh, Alistar going for it, but not getting it. Really, really rough mid-game for Little Monkeys. Evelynn actually going in onto the Xayah, but there is a Rakan there. And he's actually gonna get swept up. And 77 gets the kill. What kind of damage was that? Oh my god, the Trinity proc on the Xayah leaves her 1 in 5. The bot lane Xayah Rakan duo really not getting anything out of it. Looks like Bloodwolves will get a dragon in return for the jungler being top, but so much damage onto the Xayah. Wow. This is going to be a very sway game. Now a 1k deficit for Little Monkeys and advantage for Blood Wolves. With everyone except the Rakan for Blood Wolves and the Ezreal or Xayah Rakan for Blood Wolves bot, it looks like they could have gone for something. They end up not. I don't know how much they're actually going to get out of this Baron. There's still a good amount of time left for it, and it looks like Little Monkeys does know that they're going to look for that mid lane push. But so far, not much getting out of this Baron, except maybe the ability to stop the bleeding was more of what they were looking for in that. Fiora actually going in on Sion, getting the ultimate. He's going to try and ult away, but isn't able to do it. Fiora flashes forward, and it looks like it's going to be a solo kill. Absolutely brutal. 5, 2, and 3 on this Fiora. Evelyn going in, getting a lot of damage, but not killing anybody. Maybe in a little bit too deep now, as Evelyn almost gets killed. But now Cassiopeia trying to get that Evelyn kill goes down to 66. Now both Evelyn and Vel'Koz are 7 kills deep. And same with Cassio, except more deaths. Looks like because of this solo lane pressure that the Fiora has put out, she's actually going to get the turret. This split push is working really well. And I did mention this in Champ Select that it was going to be very hard because the Sion would be stuck in the side lane against the Fiora when Little Monkey's team comp really much wants to 5v5. Fiora actually definitely going to be able to get out. Unless Alistar, no, not able to get it. So it looks like it's going to be a little bit of calm before the storm. Oh, looks like, oh my god, so much damage. Xayah has to use her ultimate just to get out. Vel'Koz is absolute bursting with the Morel and Avacon and the Ludens. 2 items and almost 3 in. Actually, very behind on items to the Cassiopeia, though. Who has 4 items completed. Looks like that'll be the 3rd one completed for 66. Although it is a little bit swayed in the Cassio's favor in terms of advantages in items, just because she never needs to buy boots. That's the advantage of being a snake lady. So looks like I'd love to see Blood Wolves move toward mid lane and start trying to push, because the Fiora is getting a lot of distance in the side lane, but she obviously has to stay back here like she is because her team isn't just as far as she is. It looks like 3 are gonna actually only 2 are gonna show because Bakabo is still invisible in the bot lane, but that would signal for Blood Wolves to make a play, and it looks like they might be trying to kill Sion. He's gonna try him back. Cassiopeia is coming. I don't know if he's gonna be able to get out of this. He actually is gonna waste the Cassio's time. Looks like it's gonna be a little bit of a calm again after Sion almost got caught. Looks like they might be going for Fiora again. Alistar is really looking for it. Might be just trying to zone her off. She does dash away. Now Cassio in a side lane. I really, really dislike this. They actually mentioned it in LCS this weekend, but Cassio in a side lane really doesn't work out that well because she doesn't have any dashes or dips and dives to do work in a side lane and to be able to dodge around after the team comes. But Sion going in way too deep, but he must know that the Cassiopeia is strong, and actually 70. Oh my god, and both fronts is going to be a lot of damage. Pokeball is going to go down as well. I really, really question both plays. J4 going down, but for 2 in the mid lane, but then Sion getting solo killed in top lane. Really needs to respect the Cassiopeia damage a little more. So now Cassiopeia 8 and 4. Like Alistar is solo trying to defend Fiora. He might get solo killed. And 77 has no ultimate, so can't get the Rakan. Wow! Rakan actually gets the predict on the entrance on the knockup, but actually just too low to do anything to it. It looks like this Alistar needs a good amount of help against Fiora, as Fiora's just going to take this tower instantly. Sion coming in with the ultimate. Overall, just an out pressure. Oh my god, so much damage! He's going to go down even after the flash. I question even flashing there because of the Cassiopeia's poison. And Fiora getting a kill onto Alistar. This is going all terribly for Literal Monkeys. Pakapal picking up one. But oh my god, after so much, and 77 actually gets the kill. But overall, I really would favor Blood Wolves there. They got a ton of, they got one tower, almost a second tower. Actually, they got two towers, almost a third tower, and have evened up the kills almost, just about, and have now almost a 5k gold lead, getting a second Ocean Dragon of the game, which is going to help them in their pushing, as they can just regen and regen and regen. This is looking really, really desperate for Little Monkeys despite the early game advantage. Overall, I like to think that this is because they haven't had a lot of games that go so close for so long. We're 34 minutes in and there's no definite winner, which is making it really hard for shot calling in the late game for a team that hasn't gotten there that often in Little Monkeys, who are, I think, 7th or 8th in the standings right now and struggling to get to these late game fights with an early advantage. And obviously the lack of... Oh, Sion's going in. I wonder if... Actually, a flash out of this eye. Oh, no. The flash didn't work out for the Sion, and Pokeball's going to get caught. Has to ult away. Looks like he's going to die anyway. And this is going to be a really bad fight for Little Monkeys again on both fronts. The mid laner goes for a 1v2 and gets a kill. And the 3v4 on the top side is lost, very obviously. Little Monkeys really splitting up, and Cassiopeia actually gets a double kill. I really question why Sion, Alistar, and Pokeball's Evelyn went topside if your two main damage dealers are bot getting 1v2'd. I feel like getting against this Cassiopeia is probably really important, and now she's just gonna solo take the inhibitor. She's gonna take both of them, because no one is respawned yet. Closest person is Pokeball in 8 seconds. She's gonna get both inhibs. Wow. This Cassiopeia is absolutely strong, and now is almost a 10k, 9k gold advantage in terms of Blood Wolves, and all 3 towers and 2 inhibs are down for Little Monkeys. This is going to be really hard to come back from, despite the early advantage that they got. I really dislike the fact that Little Monkeys went for that fight there. What they want there is to get Baron so that they can stabilize the fact that they're losing towers to a split push. But going for a fight there, really butting off more than they can chew, and the lack of some good positioning on Little Monkey's side in that Baron fight, or that fight around Baron, ends up leading to an ace, a clean ace actually for the side of Blood Wolves, and now it's up to Little Monkeys to just stop the bleeding. But definitely a lot more respect needs to be played to this Cassiopeia. With the grounding ability, is a very potent champion in terms of the ability to win an outnumbered fight. You saw in the last fight going into that 2v1, actually getting delayed, but getting the double kill. But I'd really like to see Little Monkeys not commit for as many fights and just look for some more poke. They've got Ezreal and Vel'Koz, they really should be. And actually, a good entrance. Evelyn's dead so early into this fight. It looks like 2 scouts could be as well, as Cassiopeia just goes for a 1v2 and actually gets out. And looks like unless the knockup's mistimed, she's gonna die, but at what cost? 2 scouts get a good pulverize, but that's 4 dead, and now only the Vel'Koz is left standing. It looks like this will be game for Blood Wolves. Very impressed with their late game. Unfortunately, the Evelyn power pick could not bring it home today, despite being 4-1-7 earlier in the game. Just so hard to execute in the late game team fights. Wow, what a game. Despite having a I think third place team versus an eighth place team, an absolutely brutally close match. So very impressed with Little Monkeys the despite coming from a lead into the early game and ended up losing in the mid game due to uh, to a miscommunication of what their goal is in the fights because they want to just poke. They don't want to go in for fights. But still very impressive to see them do this against I think a third place team. Wow. Overall, a really big game. Skip waiting for stats. Nah, they're the stats. So overall, some really good scores. Fiora playing absolutely astonishing on the side lane, and despite the Zyra Khan being 1-4, 0-3 for both of them in the early game, they actually did pull out some good numbers. Let's check the damage charts. I very much expect. Wow, Cassiopeia. I did see that a lot in the fights. That there was a lack of respect for what Cassiopeia can do, because there was just so little. Like I saw Sion 1v1 her in top lane and get solo killed. I saw in the fight around Baron, Cassiopeia going into a 2v1 with the two damage dealers of Little Monkeys, but because of her ground, stopping the Ezreal from Eing away or flashing away, able to get the double kill onto I think it was Ezreal and Alistar. But very very impressive game from both sides, considering how close the game was from such a high seed and low seed. So we are gonna be right back before the next game starts, which I think is gonna be a little bit of a scarier game, as is SPK White, who is undisputed first place team in the league so far. So an absolutely terrifying match to go into for Little Monkeys, but trying to just regain their footing after last week and showing that they do have the ability to compete with all these top teams, going so close into almost a 40-minute game, 38-minute game it looks like for against such a top team. They obviously can perform at this level. It's just going to be, can they do it consistently? Okay, so we are going to take a little bit of a break before the next game starts. Actually, it looks like it'll start soon, but until we get a server check and they start going into champ select. So until then, stay tuned. Hello, everybody. We're back. Uh, Looks like they are looking at checking the server. Looks like Two Scouts hasn't joined yet. Probably so that people can join. Because you don't auto join the spectators. I was stuck out until went into spectators and I was able to hop in. So this is going to be against SPK White, Little Monkeys versus SPK White, who is the undisputed first place so far in Abyssal League, which is pretty scary. Looks like game's looking to get started soon. Um, a lot of these players on SPK White have shown to be absolute beasts. All of them gold except for their support silver one, which actually is the same on on the side of Little Monkeys except for 66. These guys went 0-5, but he had some awesome engages, giving uh 66 the double kill was absolutely beautiful headbutt pulverize. So it's good to see. Looks like Trizzle did not get in, but don't know if the lobby's checked. We'll see. Unfortunately, last game they weren't able. He streams our monkeyness. That's me. Um, they weren't able to pull the game through from an early game lead, Literal Monkeys, last game, but looking to do it again. This one will be even harder of a battle against the first place team. But this week, not expecting that much because of how brutal the lineup was. They had one of the hardest sets for any team. Looks like they're going to be looking for their first ban. I wouldn't be surprised if it was an Evelyn ban. There it is. Wow, I couldn't even finish the sentence before they banned the Evelyn. And Yorick on the side of Little Monkeys, scared of bees, just being an absolute silent presence. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm back. And it looks like the Vel'Koz makes a lot of sense, and the Xerath, it doesn't make that much sense. I don't think 66 has been playing it that much, but he is a beast on it. Um, and it looks like for Little Monkey's side, Scare of Honey Buns, really good player with the Illusion and the Varus. And wow, Zufo going for the Thresh instantly. And on the side of Little Monkeys, they're just gonna match and pick their support in Pike. I'm really excited to see Two Scouts' Pike. Is really good at it. It looks like Sejuani for Paco Paul. Not one that we've seen him play in a while, but he very much used to be a tank jungle player before tank became so out of the meta that he really couldn't. But looking to go back to his Sejuani pick, other than Evelynn, he does play a lot of tanks. He plays Sedge, he plays Zac, so it does make a lot of sense. And they're gonna answer with the Zinzao, which I like. I do like because it gives some scuttle control in the early game because of the absolute skirmish power, especially against a Sejuani. So it can maybe put the pain to the Sejuani before she starts getting out those monster ultimates and just starts brutalizing whoever she ganks with all of her CC. Looks like for SPK's last pick, they're gonna go with an Anivia in the mid lane. Really surprised. Wall event going for the Anivia. I'm genuinely surprised. I personally absolutely hate Anivia. Worst champ in the game. I hate it so much. Like there's some toxic champs. There's some champs that get stupid ahead and then deal massive damage. But like I don't like Anivia because even if she's behind, it's just not fun to play against. There's so much denial. Actually, wow. 66 going for the Ari. I don't know if I would have done that. Going against a control mage that sort of is asking you to is like Anivia is sort of saying, "Come at me, bro," in that she wants you to come into range so that you can get stuck behind a wall with an ultimate on the ground, getting stunned up. But 66 thinking he can try and flex on this Anivia with a assassin pick or a bursty mage assassin pick. But little monkeys in their bands, sticking with the theme, scared the hell out of Honey Buns, and going with now three bans against them, and now an Ezreal against 77, which I do get, and I very much understand because he played top lane for Little Monkeys for a while, so not as comfortable on ADC. So the ones he is comfortable on, of course, he will try and gravitate towards. That's why we've seen a lot of games with Ezreal, a lot of games with Misfortune. Even if it's not maybe the best in each game, it's his most comfortable. And the Little Monkey's gonna finish off with the Jin, so real scared of Honey Buns. And Sion taken away for Super Luigi. Probably his most played, one of his best. He's very good with Sion ults. Um, Especially he loves to back and get it down bot lane. But 77 actually gonna go for a Jinx. I'm not sure if I like this because I don't know how Jinx Pike is. It could be good if you land it on her traps, I guess. Um, but overall, I feel like Pike is very into lane abuse with his E, with his Q, with his ult. But Jinx sort of wants to sit back and scale a little bit. Really happy to get to that 3-4 item mark. And wow, a Tristana from Honeybun. So really late game oriented bot lane, which is a little different than last game with a Ezreal tier build, which doesn't scale as well as Crit Marksman. And Zyra Khan, who, although she is a Crit Marksman, works really well early game with the W synergy. So very surprising. We'll see the top pick is an Urgot. Whoo, not a fun lane to go against in certain matchups. I don't know if he's good enough at it to blind pick it. I wonder if they can really punish the Urgot pick with their fifth pick prowess. At the same time, Two Scouts doesn't have all of the top lane champs, so actually, oh, gonna have to go for the Maokai. I do like it in terms of their team comp, but really, really disappointed to see that that's the pick that you save for your last pick sort of trump card because they can't respond. We'll have to see how that matchup goes. Yeah, a lot of question marks on both sides. I don't know the Anivia. I don't like it, but and also Ari very aggressive into the Anivia. Jinx very aggressive into a Thresh because she's literally has no movement abilities against a hook champ. Um, but overall, I do see some good some good team fight on Literal Monkey's size. Maokai obviously having so much CC that being in a team fight is really good, along with the Sejuani. Uh, Ari, don't exactly see. Maybe she can help get some pressure out to with roams because Sejuani wants to scale, so she can sort of fill that position of being some pressure onto other lanes. But overall in lane matchups, I mean, I think I'd favor the Urgot. I don't really play either champ in the top lane, so I don't know how their matchup goes. But I would personally favor the Urgot. And with the Thresh, depending on, to be honest, to Thresh in Pike lane, whoever hits their hooks. But Tristana has a jump against the first big Pike, which is a very smart, safe pick for the bot lane to play it safe with a hook champ. That that respect wasn't exactly given over to Little Monkeys because they went with the Jinx. So whoever's landing their hooks is going to be doing a lot of work bot lane, but I sort of would favor the Tristana just because of how she has to auto push. The lane's going to be she's going to have lane priority because of how her champ works. So really, it's going to be up to 66 with this uh, Ari counter pick against the Anivia to sort of not only make stuff work but have priority to do what they want to do around the map. Because I don't think they'll have much priority, if any, in top lane, and I seriously doubt that they'll have any priority in bot lane with the Tristana. So it'll be up to Ari, it'll be up to Sejuani to sort of make some mid lane pressure, hopefully put the Xin Zhao behind because he does not scale as well. Let's check some chat. Zach, you say play toward bot and top, bot and mid. I do see mid. I don't know how much they can play to bot if there's going to be so much priority. Like if Pokeball is doing next to anything in the bot jungle, he could get screwed over because of the priority bot will have. But you're right. I do prefer that over playing top. If you know, Zach, what is the Maokai versus Urgot uh sort of matchup in lane? I would personally favor the Urgot, but I don't play either champ, so I don't really know. I don't see a lot of either champ, except Maokai has been popping up a little more recently. I do love Ari though, and I do absolutely despise people who play Anivia. So obviously rooting for 66 to flex some muscles against the Anivia. All right, so let's see. So I paused it there so you guys can still see the champs while I load in, instead of seeing the game is in progress screen. But as I load in, I want you to leave your predictions if you have any in the chat. It looks like there's a couple people watching right now. Leave your predictions for what's going to go well, what's not going to go well, and what each of these teams is going to look to do. I definitely see Literal Monkeys looking to team fight um, with the Maokai and the Sejuani, but also a little bit of a pick with Pike Ari. You just sort of hook them and then cook them with the Charm Q, W, Electrocute proc. So it looks like they are going to be looking to 5-man down mid, sort of ARAM style. But at the same time, I sort of see maybe maybe a 4-4-1 on the side of SPK White. I don't know if Urgot prefers to stay alone in the top lane or come to his team, but it's gonna be really hard. Actually, more I'm thinking about it, the more I like how this Anivia pick fits into their team, because Little Monkeys is looking for 5-on-5 most of the time. So to have Anivia who can so hard shove every single wave to sort of stop Little Monkeys from doing anything. And we are getting into game. So we're gonna scoreboard, get rid of time controls, just like normal. Oops. As people start to load in, we are on a spectator delay, but there we go. And on the red side, or on the blue side, SPK white, and on the red side, literal monkeys. Let's see if there's any shenanigans early game. I definitely would expect it to be on the side of SPK white and not a literal monkeys because of the Sejuani pick. Although Pike does love to do that. Except no, it doesn't look like any team's gonna go for something. Let's say they're being vision on Pakapal. Don't know what buff he's planning on going to. Ooh, there's a ward there. No one's actually started with a red trinket, which I really dislike. I really love when teams start with red trinkets. Because not only do you get a CS, which is beautiful, but being able to know that they place wards and get rid of their wards early, when people don't have a lot of wards available to place down, I think is such a strong advantage to have. Looks like some good luck, have funs in chat. All friendly here. Looks like Sejuani is gonna actually start bot despite getting seen in top. Um, SPK should be able to see this as bot lane will come late. I would like to see Super Luigi sort of delay coming to lane, except that he might not have priority, especially against an Urgot. But I think not giving the other team that information and not showing that hey, this lane came late, the other lanes were there on time is really not used as much as I think it should be. Ooh, good amount of damage onto literal monkeys in a hook back. I don't know if they even wanted that hook. Gonna be a lot of damage traded on both sides. Looks like there is gonna be a priority onto top lane, and oh, there's a hook already. It looks like it's gonna be a flash away, and it's not gonna be enough. Tristana getting first blood. Absolutely brutal in the bot lane for literal monkeys. I'm sorry about the directed camera not really showing that. I'll try and control it a little more. Oh my god, another hook! It's gonna be Tristana jumping forward. Tiscats is gonna get out, but after so much of his health, good luck, good thing for his passive, but already a lot of damage, which is awful for against a Tristana who's already got so much tower taking potential. Looks like Ari does have the advantage against Anivia early, which is expected. I do like to see that he is pushing that and making sure that he has priority so that Sejuani can still do stuff on the map, which is very important. But between the CS difference in both mid and bot and top, all CS advantages except for in jungle, um, there is about 9k, and it looks like there's going to be a gank. Flash already. Looks like there's going to be a lot of damage on the Jinx. He's already dead. And Tiscos could be getting something back. He does. But really overly aggressive from the Jinx, who is already a very aggressive pick. If you're going for an aggressive pick, that's very risky if you're against a Thresh. Play it safe. But they're not, and now they're getting really punished for it. Looks like in the mid lane, even despite being pushed up, a slight advantage in CS for the Anivia. And what's coming out to be a very big CS difference in the top lane, already 10. Absolutely brutal. He's not gonna be able to get much CS under tower either. Looks like lots of vision being on Pocket Paul. It doesn't even care about walking through that. And despite it being against a Zinzao, he's at Sejuani actually possibly going in there. Maokai does get his back off. It looks like he will TP to save the wave, but still a significant CS advantage. Jinx is alone, but Pyke is on his way. Overall, despite the 2-kill deficit in bot lane, or 1-kill deficit, 2 kills, 2-1, not a lot of action being happened. 66 in the mid lane, being the first to level 6, exerting some pressure. Which is really what Little Monkeys needs. Having such an advantage in both sides. Looks like actually a good amount of damage is going to go onto the Thresh. Which is really good considering the kind of pressure that this bot lane for SPK has been getting. It's like almost a 10 CS difference already in the bot lane and in the top lane. It's like a lot of damage being traded. Good job from the Maokai despite being in what looks like a losing matchup. And a good hook. And a good lantern. And actually 2 scouts being in a little deep. Actually, top lane's looking for a gank. He does get out. And this could be a lot. They're gonna go back in. He's gonna flash out, but Urgot gets him with the execute. Really well done from the Urgot. And now in bot lane, he's gonna get hooked as well. He's gonna get a lot of damage down onto the Thresh, but it's gonna be too late as Jinx is 3 deaths already. Less than 10 minutes in. Only 7 minutes. Really brutal. I'd really like to see this Ahri doing a lot more roaming, considering how much pressure the Ahri has had on Anivia. But not able to really get the pressure that you would want over an assassin that wants to roam. Really, really brutal start for Little Monkeys, who already find themselves in a 2k deficit. It just goes to show how in the last game, they really didn't have much experience going into the late game fights with advantages because the other teams in this league are very good at getting early advantages. Zinzao actually looking. He's gonna be looking around, doesn't find anything. 66 is gonna be coming back into mid lane. He will be finding it difficult to roam with Anivia's pushing power, but even if it means losing some minions, I would like to see him do it anyway. Because his pressure as an Ahri is what I'd like to see. But it looks like there's gonna be a gank on the Maokai. He's gonna ult back in an easy way. It's gonna be a lot of damage, but I don't think he's gonna be able to get out. And it looks like there's gonna be no more tower shots onto the Zinzao. A good set of CC, but they're actually gonna jump back on the Jinx. Really well done by this bot lane, and it looks like Jinx tried to stay alive, but 2 scouts can't even get the ultimate. Absolutely brutal. Jinx needs to stay more passive. Now 2 scouts in a bad situation should probably just get out. Could actually get hooked here, but dodges the hook. Oh man. This is absolutely falling apart on the side of Little Monkeys. They need to pull it back together. They don't have any winning lanes, except I would like to say with the pressure, despite the CS deficit, Ahri is where Little Monkeys should try and play towards. Only one who has yet to die in lane. And an assassin matchup where you want to get the assassin ahead, I really would like to see Little Monkeys play toward there more. Looks like they're actually going to go in on the Thresh. When Tristana had already backed, they get the stun even after the flash. They're actually not going to get the damage. They're going to bail out. I do respect how Sejuani went for a gank there, but I would like to see more attention toward the mid lane. With the bot lane already 4 kills down, they weren't even able to get the kill on the Thresh when Tristana was not there, let alone if she is. Sejuani actually going in on the Xin. A lot of damage on the Sedge though. Ahri's here. She gets the charm off. There's gonna be a lot of damage. He's gonna go down, but at what cost? He actually stays alive! That's incredible. 66 gets the kill, but now Anivia could be in trouble. But she actually gets out. Sejuani has to go down there. And now Super Luigi being in a lot of trouble in the top lane. Actually going in. Sees that he's in tower range and goes for a good trade. Actually, 66 getting a lot of damage now. This is what I'd like to see. Except he does get hit by the stun there. Really sucks for the pressure that he wanted to exert. But even with that, with blue buff and red buff, he has a lot of room to make a lot of pressure. And top lane going in. I actually like to see what's going in bot lane. The jump's already being made, but Two Scouts does not land the hook. This is the matchup that I want to see. I really wish that 66 had a little more pressure in the early game. Unfortunately, not able to do so. Actually, bot lane's going to start Dragon alone. And Pakapal in no position to do anything about it. Down to 500 health, and he's going to get smoked away. As it's kind of settled, except for a little bit of damage. Oh my god, a lot of bit of damage onto the Urgot. Well done from the Maokai. Good trade, despite being in a significant gold deficit. Urgot looks like could be looking for a Trinity. Not sure yet. We'll keep watch on that one. But I'd really like to see... Oh, looks like he's going to flash in. Sejuani going from behind tower and getting the kill. Really well done. I love the pathing. Had no idea until it was too late. Good flash ult from Luigi. This Two Scouts gets a pretty bad trade in bot lane. And it's actually going to be first tower. So much pressure from this bot lane duo on SPK White. Makes a lot more sense why they put so many bans toward Honeybuns. Actually, it's going to be a lot of damage onto the Xin, but also onto the Sejuani. Super Luigi is going to be able to save him, but not able to go for anything. 66 is here. Misses. But actually, he still goes in anyway. Oh! And a heal coming out from Honeybuns to stop the ultimate from Two Scouts. So it looked like a good attempt. Doesn't lead to any kill. All it does is lose out on one summoner. So overall, an advantage to literal monkeys, but not exactly the advantage they were looking for. As I Pokeball is trying to hold the wave here just for Ahri to come back. Sorry about that, guys. Looks like it's all stabilized out. Looks like Anivia's Dlyco is getting the push. And also getting the blue buff from their jungler, which is going to be really helpful to sort of keep Ahri in lane as much as possible. And now SPK White's bot lane has switched. Looking to take another tower, actually most likely going to be able to. Ooh, and actually a hook! He's going to be dealt a lot of damage, the ultimate as well. A lot of damage, but able to stop it. And Urgot actually going in on the Jinx. Two Scouts there with the stun. Actually, that was a flash from the Urgot. Really overstating how much damage he could do just after just buying the Black Cleaver. And actually a hook coming out. I don't know if he even wants to do that. Yeah, stuns on his way out. Now Pocket Ball in the mid lane. Looks like Two Scouts is actually in a pretty rough situation. Has to flash away. Same on the top lane. Both these lanes are losing. I'd really like to see Sejuani play toward the bot lane, but actually Pocket Ball is going to be taken pretty low. Gets an ultimate off though. It looks like it's going to be a dead Urgot. Really well done, despite having his Zins out on him the whole time. Unfortunately on the top side, Tristana kills the Maokai. And actually, Zinzao's going to turn and get the kill. Jinx really over aggressive. I feel like in a 3v1 you don't need to be that close. But Anivia actually just about taking mid tower with all the fiesta that's happening around them. And 66 actually trying to get it around, but she cleanses the charm, flashes away, and Two Scout's not able to get that. Overall, both summoners burned, but 66 is Ignite used for it. And despite how much of these fights are going in the favor of SPK White, I very much see that, oh, he has a flash away from the hook, but a good flash indeed. Really important one at that. What I was going to say was SPK, despite having such a lead, getting power spikes, are really not doing much of anything. But as I say that, they take down 2 towers. They know they don't need to go for fights to strengthen their lead. And it looks like both bot laners getting their Storm Razors, despite so much gold being on the side of Tristana over Jinx. And you can see that in all the extra stuff that she has gotten. Looks like she's going for a Zeal next buy. Actually, it goes all the way to a rapid fire cannon. So an item advantage in the bot lane. And the same in the top lane for the Urgot. Looks like it's about even in mid lane, except the Anivia has a tier, so a little bit of an advantage in mid. The only thing that I can say is just about even is the jungle pick. So really, really behind. About a 4K deficit for Literal Monkeys. It looks like another dragon's gonna be uncontested for Little Monkeys. Looks like people are coming to contest it, but it's gonna be too late. Oh my god, the Ahri goes in and actually gets it, and she's gonna ult away! Oh, Honeybud's actually able to get the kill, and this looks like this could be a rough fight. Sejuani gets a good ultimate to slow and get the stun off to get away. So 1 kill traded away for the Infernal Dragon stolen by the Ahri. Really nice. The ult in there, I think it was with the Q. With the return section of the Q. Definitely didn't go with the first section of it. Really well done. Actually, SPK gonna go for the Herald and trade for the Dragon. If it wasn't for that steal, it would be both. But it looks like they could try and contest again. Literal Monkeys, it looks like there are enough people coming there to get it. But not gonna go for 5-0-1 on the Tristana. Need to be absolutely terrified of her. Especially with jump resets. She's the kind of character that can do a lot. The wall just not enough. Almost getting the Sejuani. Maybe you're just using the storm before they even get there. That's the perks of having a blue buff. It's gonna be it's gonna stabilize a little bit, especially after the dragon take for Little Monkeys. Gonna be able to stabilize what was a really unstoppable growth in the gold lead for SPK White. Looks like despite the bot and top lane, the Pike, the Ahri, and the Sejuani all being pretty alright on the side of Little Monkeys. Yeah, Two Scouts almost gets destroyed for that hook. But unfortunately, just the Jinx is one of the hardest characters for Little Monkeys to play around right now because not only is she hyperscale and needs a bunch of items under her belt to really get that damage out, she wants that hurricane, she wants a lot more damage before she can really start picking fights. And she being 1 and 5, it's going to be very hard for Little Monkeys to play around. Maokai, despite being 0 and 3, is just at the end of the day a cookie cutter tank in this team comp. So really just looking for something to get to stay alive. Looks like they're actually going to go for the Urgot. I don't know if this is a fight you want to take with a Jinx that's so low. She's already getting absolutely killed. She has to use a heal. So Joanie here, but looks like a heal traded for a flash, which overall I guess is good. And Ari actually going to go in and get the kill, very definitely. Really good from this Ari. I would have liked to see more of this kind of play early, but it's good to see it too. And actually, unfortunately, it looks like Little Monkeys is going to get half their tower just obliterated for 1 kill on Urgot. Looks like Super Luigi actually going in pretty deep, but getting Honey Buns pretty low. If he gets hit by a stun, this could be bad, but Pocket Paul coming in on the side has to take the lantern. Actually, a hook is going to be a dead Maokai. The Lumberjack coming in, chopping down some trees. Unfortunately, what looked to be good just becomes a 1-for-1 for tanks on either side. Unfortunate for Little Monkeys, biting off a little more than they can chew. Looks like Little Monkey's getting out-rotated. Mid lane was taken halfway, and now this turret is going to go completely down. So just really smart rotations on the side of SPK. Actually, a hook going in on Zinzel, but not a lot of damage into him anyways. Sedge goes for it, but actually getting hooked. And Sedge is going to go down. I think that was just an overcommitment. Looks like a double stun. It's going to be Nivea getting another kill. Absolutely brutal. It looks like there's going to be one more, but at what cost? It's going to be 3 dead for 1 and a tower. And actually, 66 getting stunned, and now she's going to go in. It's going to be too much damage. It's falling apart for Little Monkeys right now. Their power spikes are just so behind. 2 items and a Quicksilver on Tristana to 1 item and a Zeal. 2 scouts actually biting off a lot, trying to defend this tower. But actually having to flash away. And this Shelly is doing so much. I think they just gotta, Little Monkeys just really has to reset. They're sort of looking for so many fights when they're so behind. I really would like to see them just try and scale, because they do have a Zinzao on the other team and a Nivea on the other team who do sort of fall off after a certain point. So Nivea with her E damage really doesn't get much done once people start building MR. And although Inari also has that issue, building 2 Magic Band items right away shouldn't have as much of an issue. But so I would like to see them try and scale up. Also, you have a 7-0 and 4 Tristana who's already 2 items ahead of you. If you can just wait so that your Jinx hits at least 1 power spike, at least one more item, so that you can contest against this Tristana who can get away so easily with the Thresh and her own jump. That's what I'd really like to see Little Monkeys do right now. It's like a hook trying to come out. Actually, a stun going off. On a 77, is he gonna go down? Incredibly low amount of health. Wow, still less than 50 after regenning. It looks like the 1-3-1 coming out on the side of SPK. Urgot on the top going for this tower. This is out trying to keep somebody here defending this open inhib, so that his fed bot lane and super strong Anivia can look for this open inhib here. So overall, really smart play. Looks like Maokai's actually gonna get caught. This could be an instantly dead Maokai. Gets a good ult. Good good stuns. Tristana's dead. It's gonna be a 1-for-1, but the main carry on the side of SPK is dead. Two scouts could change that if he goes down here. He gets the E away, but Anivia's gonna get the double kill on the other side against the Jinx again. Really, really awful for this Jinx. And two scouts does get out, but at the cost of his ADC. This looks like it's just, oh, there's going to be a charm, and it's going to be, Sejuani's still going in. I don't know if that was miscommunication. Ari not going in with the Sejuani, and it looks like it's going to be a dead Pyke and dead Sejuani because of that. Actually, Pyke does get out, but Sejuani is still dead. It looks like a miscommunication there. It looked like a good fight with a good ultimate from Sejuani, but Ari just not on the same page as both Sejuani and Pyke, both going in when Ari went out. Without that, there's not that much damage on the side of Little Monkeys in that engagement. Looks like it's going to be all the jungle stolen and possible Baron start. Looks like they are going to clear vision. Looks like there's no way that they're not going to go for this Baron. Unless, wow, a lot of respect being given to Little Monkeys despite having such a lead. 7-1 6, 4-0-5 on your AP and AD carries. Even your top laner and your jungler are doing phenomenal. 4-3-7, 4-3-2. Now they're going to start it. It's actually already halfway down. The ult's going to start, but I think it's going to be too late. Super Legion going in. They're going to go straight for the Baron. Xin Zhao smites it away. So unfortunate. I really would have liked to see Paka Paul rush to that a lot faster. I don't know why he was in base. But what looked like it could have been a good fight ends up going very poorly, and this could be the game. I do like how Ari and Maokai tried, and despite Maokai dying, it's not that much gold anymore. He's 1-7. But I really would have liked to see Sejuani there as well, and actually their base is going down. Jinx is there, but at what cost? Already one tower because of both inhibs going down. And with this Baron, it looks like the game's done except for the crying. Jinx finally on her second item, as Tristana looks to complete her third after making a pit stop for a Quicksilver stash. Just so much of an advantage in that bot lane. Also, three and a half items to 2 items in the mid lane, excluding boots that, but they both have, and 1 item to 2 items in the top lane. Little Monkeys is so behind. They're over 10k behind right now. About 14k, actually 14 exactly. It looks like SPK showing why they are the undisputed first seed. Actually, Luigi going in for a fight, I really don't like this, and he's just gonna go down for it. Really overly aggressive. You're stupidly behind right now. So going for a fight is just not what you're looking for. However, it might just be that he wants to stall as long as possible to possibly keep the Baron from taking apart their base. So Pyke gonna throw it out, gets the Urgot, but nothing gonna happen. And the bot lane, or the mid lane, or Nexus Tower is going down, but looks like it's gonna be a fight with Sejuani dead already. Just goes to show how behind they are that one of their main tanks can go down so hard. Looks like with all inhibs down, all Nexus Towers, so it looks like it's gonna be over. It's gonna be one more dead for Jinx. It's gonna be another one on the Urgot gets a kill, but Nexus is gonna go down. Dominant performance from SPK White. Just absolute flexing and showing why they are the first seed. But even with such a brutal loss, I don't think Little Monkeys should take this too much to heart. Obviously, it is the first seed against like the eighth seed. Um, I would like to see a little bit of change though, because in a Thresh lane, that you already saw the Thresh picking a Jinx was really aggressive, and then in lane to be positioned as aggressive as well. Just two bads being stacked on each other. Also the Ahri. I know you're against an Anivia who can push, but when both all your other lanes are losing, it's really up to you in the jungler as a duo to change that lane. Because if a jungler goes to a losing lane alone, they're gonna lose the 3v3 if the other jungler shows up. Especially as an assassin, being able to roam there and help out the other lanes is really important. And Maokai being a little more passive, you know that you're not gonna get ganks from Sejuani who's got a power farm. Just try and build up some items. They're just trying to be a little more passive there. But overall, this is a lot to learn from this game against the first seed. A lot that they can see the first seed doing, a lot that they can learn from. But overall, well played from both teams. Check out some stats. I think I was the last one, so um, it looks absolutely brutal for that side of SPK White. Let's check some grabs. Wow, that's a lot of damage. Even in the loss, already doing a good amount of damage because of how it tends to be with champs with good poke. And R's Q it is that true damage coming back. So good to see that even in a loss, Ari getting some good damage out. Tristana absolutely smashing it. 29-minute game and over 20k damage. And nothing shy of some stupid numbers in the rest of the team. So overall, very well played. So that's going to be it.